Welcome back, everyone, to another weekly episode of Movie News. I hope your Sunday is going well. We got a lot of news to cover since I did miss last week, so sorry about that. But we got some Disney news to cover, Warner Bros. News, Marvel news. So let's get right into it with Pixar's Inside Out 2 coming in at its final runtime of an hour and 36 minutes, 1 minute longer than the first film. I think this is a great runtime animated film, being an hour and a half. I think that this movie is going to be really great. You have people from CinemaCon saying that the first 30 minutes are great. Some early reactions did come out saying that the movie is, of course, great. You know, the first one is, I think, top 10 Pixar for me. Some people really love it. It's one of the most critically acclaimed Pixar movies, so Inside Out 2, it's going to come in strong. Then we got The Boys has been renewed for season 5 at Prime Video. I thought this was already renewed. I thought that this was already in stone. But I guess not. I guess season 5 is totally official now. Not sure if this is going to be the last season. Hopefully it is, because I don't know how long you can continue going for this Homelander story. So excited for season 4 coming in just a few weeks, but we got season 5 coming later. Then we got Roadhouse 2 is in the works at Prime Video. This is another new announcement from Prime. They had a couple announcements come out a few weeks ago. Jake Gyllenhaal is probably going to return. I don't know who he's going to be fighting this guy, but it's going to be hard to top Conor McGregor's over-the-top performance because he was kind of the highlight of Roadhouse 1. The new Roadhouse movie wasn't as good as the original, but I had a lot of fun with it, especially, as I said, Conor McGregor's performance. Jake Gyllenhaal turned in a really great performance in the second half compared to the first half. Some of the action was great. Some of the cuts were a little bit weird. I mean, it's not a fantastic movie overall, but I had fun with it. It's much better than what Netflix is putting out nowadays. We're getting a Roadhouse 2 probably within the next 3 years, I would say. Then Disney had their kind of upfront panel where they talked about their new shows, a couple new movies, but mostly on their shows. We have the official logo for Agatha all along. It's going to be premiering on Disney Plus this year, September 18th. Do I care about this series? No, I really don't. I don't know why there's an Agatha show. They're talking about, they want to do quality over quantity, but we're getting an Agatha show. It's like, come on, come on. Do we really need an Agatha show? Is it anything important to this saga? Probably not. I mean, I'll still watch it to review it, but I probably am just not even really content on, sitting there right when it drops. I'll probably just watch it, a couple days after it drops. Then we have Ironheart. It's going to be releasing next year. This one has been in the works for a while. Don't know what to expect. It's also one where I don't really care anything about it, but I like the character of Ironheart in Wakanda Forever. I thought she was pretty cool. Then you got Daredevil Born Again. It's going to be releasing March 2025 on Disney Plus. That's its set date for now. Could get pushed. I think it's about 9 episodes. This is the one show that I'm really anticipating, the one show that I would really want. I feel like this is the one show that Disney Plus and Marvel should be making, because Daredevil is that kind of character to have his own show. The other shows I could care less about, except like Loki and stuff. That's great. Moon Knight, I really enjoy that. But Daredevil Born Again, hopefully it's great. They got some of the original cast members coming back for the Netflix show. Original creators could end up being amazing, but this is the only Marvel show that I'm really anticipating for now. Then Warner Bros. Had their panel. They talked about Mortal Kombat 2, which is going to be releasing October 24th, 2025 in theaters. And it's also going to play in IMAX, so this is going to be coming out next year. I actually didn't watch the first Mortal Kombat in theaters because that was the one that had the day and date thing. Some of the theaters by me weren't open. So I just watched it on Max, and I honestly wasn't that impressed by it. I hope the second one is a lot better. First one just felt, it felt like they were going for story over action. In a sense, where in a Mortal Kombat movie, you should be going for action over story in that sense. Even though people could say your story is thin, but at the same time, I don't care about story when I'm watching a Mortal Kombat movie. I'm caring about all the action and the insane finishers in that game. That game has some insane finishes. It's insane. But yeah, that's going to be coming out next year. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not really holding up too many expectations. Then you got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It's going to be releasing in theaters June 26th. 2026, but about 2 years from next month. I'm really excited for this. Millie Alcock, I think, is going to own this role. She was excellent in House of the Dragon, so I think that this is going to be great. And the thing about this one is that I think they're doing pretty well DC projects, but I maybe like more than one a year, because supposedly next year we're only getting Superman and maybe Creature Commandos. I don't even know when Creature Commandos is going to come out. But yeah, I would like more than one DC movie a year, because Woman of Tomorrow, I think, is the only one in 2026. Maybe The Authority. I don't know how far along they are on that, but I'm still very excited for the new DC universe. Then we had the first look at the Terminator Anime series. This is going to be a new series coming to Netflix on August 29th. And some of these first images I'll put up on screen. This looks really awesome, kind of like reinventing the Terminator kind of series and kind of franchise, because the Terminator movies have been just going to crap ever since, the newest one. Dark Fate actually wasn't that terrible. Genesis was pretty bad. I think that's what that one's called. But yeah, this anime kind of look at the show, kind of like a horror look at the show, is really cool. I'm really excited to see when we'll get our first trailer because the images have me hooked already. Then we have a new John Wick movie is officially in the works, and it's going to be focused on Donnie Yin's character Caine. Filming begins in Hong Kong next year, so we could be looking at like a 2026, 2027 release date. This is really cool to me because Caine was one of my favorite parts of John Wick 4. I really did love his character. Donnie Yen is getting so good at playing blind characters. I think he just might be blind at this point. But yeah, we get to see, I guess it's going to take place after John Wick 4, and get to see, him go on and see where he goes. I don't really know the full story around this. Nothing's really released about this. I don't know who's going to be involved in it. But the thing is, I wonder if they're, because they said they might make a John Wick 5. I wonder if they're still going to go with that or just go with spinoffs. Because you could have a perfect kind of ending to this movie, the Caine movie, to go right into John Wick 5. That would be really cool. Like John Wick comes back and he's like, Caine, I'm back. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be insane. Like you could have such a great story here because we're getting the ballerina spinoff next year, which is kind of like John Wick 3.5 or something like that. And then we're getting this Caine spinoff in about 2.5 years. And I think this is going to be awesome. Donnie Yen nailed Caine in John Wick 4. Three Body Problem has finally been renewed for season 2 at Netflix. When did this show come out? Like 2 months ago? We've been waiting a long time to see if this has been renewed. I was thinking that they cancel it because they haven't really said anything. Usually they renew seasons like usually a couple weeks after they've finished, but this finished like 2 months ago. I'd say it came out in like March, I think, and I really enjoy it. It's a very very complicated show to get into. First 2 episodes are very slow, kind of explaining this new world. Once you get to like episode 3, episode 4, it really turns into something kind of epic. And I've heard that the books are even more confusing. I was gonna pick them up, but I'm at this point I'm like, it's a little too confusing for me probably, so I probably shouldn't buy the books. Probably just wait to see how they adapt the second season, because there was a big cliffhanger at the end of season 1. But there is some things that I would fix for season 2. Some of the some of the relationship that they were trying to develop never really came to fruition, which is weird. Like they're kind of just pushing that aside. I would like to see some relationships be developed so I can care more about these characters rather than too much about the story and about these kind of weird alien creatures that don't know where this is going to go, but all I can say, it's probably going to get crazier from here. Then we have some delays coming from Blumhouse. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which this isn't really a delay, but we have a final date. It's going to be coming out December 5th, 2025 in theaters. So you have your Christmas movie for next year, I'd say. I'm hoping that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is better than the first one, because I know a lot of big franchise fans are very big fans of the first one, but I think the first one could have been a lot scarier. These movies, I think, should have been rated R. PG-13 look isn't really that helpful. Hopefully it released in theaters by itself, because that Peacock release took money away from the box office. But it could make a lot of money, the second one. And you got Megan 2.0 has been delayed to June 27, 2025. I think it was only delayed a couple months because I think it was supposed to release early 2025, so just a couple months away on this one. First Megan I thought was really fun. Nothing really like that game breaking for horror, but I really did find it like kind of funny at times. And the Black Phone 2 has been delayed to October 17th, 2025. Another one that was supposed to release next year just probably got delayed a couple more months. I don't even know the story on the Black Phone 2. I don't know if it's like a prequel or like a sequel kind of thing with Ethan Hawke reprising the role because he basically died. So I don't know, but Black Phone, the first one, that was such a great standout horror movie about 2022. I think that 2023, I think that is when that one came out, but I really did enjoy that one a lot. Then we have our first look at Dwayne Johnson in his A24 movie, The Smashing Machine, directed by Benny Safdie. Benny Safdie is such a great director. I'm just loving what he's doing right now. And if you look at this, I'm going to show it on screen a little bit bigger. Dwayne Johnson looks completely unrecognizable. Like the prosthetics that he's using, the hair that he's using right here is absolutely insane. Just look at how much Black Adam flopped. He's finally bringing in a great performance. The question is he going to go for that Oscar? Like, is it going to be that big a performance to get him an Oscar? They're probably going to try to push for it. I will say A24 does a great job pushing for it, but their last wrestling movie, they didn't push for it at all with the Iron Claw, which is really disappointing. So we'll see how they push for this. We'll see how great their performance is. I'll probably do a reaction for the trailer because he looks great. Let's just say he looks great, and hopefully Black Adam was a huge wake up call, and it's looking like it was. So let's see how great this performance is. We got some huge news about X-Men. Marvel Studios is officially moving forward with the X-Men movie. Michael Leslie, the writer of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is in talks to write the script. So this is kind of official. We're getting the X-Men movie, probably, not for a while, probably like 4 years, 5 years away. They still got to do a lot of casting, still got to actually write the script. The Songbirds and Snakes script was pretty great in my eyes, but it's a very different story to do X-Men. In X-Men 97 season 1 just finished, and look how amazing that was. It's really hard to do X-Men live action. They're going to try it again. Let's hope it can be, at least 30% as great as X-Men 97. But at this point, I'm really just anticipating another season of X-Men 97. I could care less if they're going to go with live action, but it will be interesting to see how this live action works, and it will be interesting to see the new cast that they go for the new X-Men franchise. The Last of Us Season 2 will premiere in the first half of 2025, so first half of next year, just like Season 1. I think Season 1, when did Season 1 come out? We're straight at the beginning of last year, like January, February, and Season 1 was great. A lot of people thought it was like the best show of the year. I don't think it was that great, but I gave it like an 8.5. Season 2, I'm really excited for. I still got to play the game, but I know like the big spoiler of the Season 1 game, don't mess with golf clubs, that's what you like to say. But yeah, some first set photos have come out, and I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't really look as if there's a huge time jump, but there is of course a huge time jump for this show. But yeah, I'm getting really excited for it. We have some sad news. Adam Wingard is not going to be returning to direct the next Godzilla Kong movie. I guess he's going to be working on a different movie. I guess his schedule is, too tied up. So we're going to be getting a new director, which hasn't been announced yet for the new movie, which we're probably going to get a new director announced pretty soon, because I heard that they want to start making this movie pretty soon to get it released in the next 2 years, because they do a lot of VFX work. That's why they got to shoot these movies pretty fast to get the VFX work started. So yeah, I'm really, I'm really looking forward to a new one, because they just feel like Saturday morning cartoons. But it has a lot to do with who you're going to get to direct it. A good director would be Gareth Edwards. I feel like you do a great job with this one, basically because he already did the Godzilla movie, which was not the best. It was okay, but the visuals were insane. So and the action in that was insane. So it'd be cool to see him come back. I don't know who they're going to get though, but they're probably going to get someone pretty soon, because they want to get making this one really quick. We finally have new news about the Vision series, which is going to be releasing in 2026 with Paul Bettany, of course, set to return. Like, why wouldn't he? And, this is something that is also the same as the Agatha show. We don't need it. We don't need it. I mean, sure, Vision's an interesting character, and his end at the end of WandaVision was interesting, but at the same time, why does he need his own show? Like, why does that need his own show? That could be like a kind of supporting thing in a different show or a different movie. Like a Vision series, really Disney, really Marvel, you're going for that. Like you worry about losing audience members and worry about those low streaming numbers, but who is going to turn into a Vision show? Like, no general audience is going to be like, oh, a Vision show, oh my god, I have to go watch that. No one really cares about that. So it's another show that's just going to get low numbers and probably be not great. 2026, if you want to watch it, it's going to come out. The first Omen is going to be releasing on digital May 28th, and then on Hulu May 30th. And I think its physical release is either June or July. Cannot wait to go watch this one again. It probably is my favorite horror movie of the year. What a great surprise this movie was. So kind of violent and horrific, but at the same time so well directed, so well stylized. And sometimes it's hard to elevate horror, but I thought this was elevated so well for the genre. I cannot wait to watch this. I'll probably wait for that Hulu date, because I don't see a point in buying it on digital 2 days before I can watch it on Hulu, because I think everyone basically has Hulu. So just wait for it on Hulu, coming out I think this week is I think is the 30th, this Friday. So look for that on Hulu. I'm definitely gonna be rewatching. Then we got Knives Out 3 news. We've been waiting for a while. When's Knives Out 3 gonna be announced? It's finally announced. Its title is gonna be Wake Up Dead Man, releasing 2025 on Netflix. Of course, yeah, Netflix bought it, as we all know, and it's going to be releasing just on Netflix. Sucks. I think Netflix ruined the reputation of Knives Out 3, because now it just seems like an empty cash grab type of movie with no style or flair compared to the first one. Second one's great, but it just feels so different from the first one. Rian Johnson still does a great job. Daniel Craig does a great job. Hopefully they get a great cast. You could be looking at, cast members getting announced within the next week and within the next few months. They're probably going to announce. I would expect them to announce them like one by one and all that. But yeah, Wake Up Dead Man, new Knives Out movie coming out next year. Cast members probably going to announce pretty soon. Final story of the day is about Paul Mescal. He's been in the news for a little bit. He's going to play one of the Beatles in Sam Mendes' upcoming tetralogy on the band, because as we said, we were talking about this. This is going to be like a Beatles movie where each Beatle is going to get their own movie, and then I think there's going to be a one big movie with all of them together, something like that, which you can, and they said that you can watch them all together and they will all fit in kind of the same timeline. I don't understand how he's going to do it, but Sam Mendes, I think his name is actually, he does some great movies, so hopefully he does great. I don't know who Paul Mescal is going to play, but I'm very impressed by his acting skills, especially in Normal People and All of Us Strangers. He does great in that, so it'll be interesting who he plays, but Beatles are some of the biggest legends, and hopefully he doesn't mess it up. Hopefully Sam doesn't mess it up too, but I have very high hopes for this one, but it'll probably be a while until we see anything from it, because this is a lot of movies that they're trying to make, but I'm still very excited. But that's it for movie news this Sunday. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope your Sunday is going well. If you did have any comments, leave them down below. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.